Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a very hot minute since I last uploaded. More than a hot minute, it's been a freaking year and a lot has happened, as you can tell. Obviously the world's been a very different place the past year with everything going on, but also my life has changed pretty much drastically. If you follow me on any of my other social medias, such as Instagram or TikTok, you probably are updated in my life. I'm on them very frequently, but I've decided in this lockdown to start my YouTube channel back up, and I did love doing it. I absolutely love doing all the videos, so I'm really excited to get back doing it. And for anyone who just followed me on YouTube, I'm sorry, I am alive. I've just been on I don't know, a lot has happened. So if you didn't know, if you don't follow me on any of my social medias, I am currently in my 3rd trimester. I am pregnant with the absolute love of my life. I just love him to absolute pieces. He's the most amazing man ever, and I'm very lucky to have him, and everything kind of happened within this past year, so it's pretty nuts. But anyway, my first video back on the channel is actually to do with my pregnancy. It is a Q&A fully open of how I find pregnancy, how pregnancy's been for me, ins and outs, all that crack, bad and the good. I asked a bunch of you on my Instagram to send me questions, and I got a lot of questions. I have them on my phone here. I'm just gonna bring them up, and I'm also gonna like generally talk to you anyway. Wait till I find them. Is it just me, or is this like blinking, or is it just me being absolutely crazy? I don't know. So I'm going to pick up some of the questions that you guys sent. Yeah. There's one. So for one of the first questions is, what's the hardest part about being pregnant? I mean, pregnancy is not easy in general. Like all that crap about the glow and, you know, all of that stuff, it's completely false. I mean, like, pregnancy is hard. It's really hard. But I think the hardest part at the minute is probably, well, the hardest part during all of it is the tiredness for me, because I get absolutely exhausted, and when I get exhausted I get like nothing done, and it just drives me up the walls when I get nothing done. As well as that, I'd say the back pain for me, as I do have scoliosis, and I've not gained weight anywhere else bar from the bump. My back has been really bad, especially in the 3rd trimester. My back has been killing me. And probably the change in the way I eat, like sometimes like I'll just smell something and I just can't eat it. It's just like, nope. Did you get morning sickness bad? Yes. Yes, I did. I had the worst morning sickness ever. I was literally throwing up everything. I was throwing up water. I couldn't keep anything down. I was living off of crackers and ginger biscuits. It was awful, and at that time I was keeping my pregnancy quiet because I was so early on. And yeah, people figured it out because I was just throwing up that often. And as well as I got help my boyfriend, because literally the projectile vomit on him. Like, guys, if you're pregnant, like, there's no if you're in a relationship and you're trying to keep some things classy, just give on up on it when you're pregnant. They see everything. Like, literally, it's gross. And bless him, he looked after me so much during that. So I've got this question a few times. So this I've got a few times. A couple of different people sent the same question. I am gonna answer it, because, you know, I've been fully open on my YouTube before with my, you know, breasts and stuff like that. But it's been people saying, how has sex been for you? One person said it's not been a vibe for them, and another person said they were single when they were pregnant, so they weren't doing it. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. So when it comes to sex and pregnancy, every woman is different. No pregnancy is the same. So some people find themselves having more of a sex drive, some people find themselves having none, and as well as that, the different stages of pregnancy can be different as well. In my first trimester, no, I wasn't really feeling it at all. I think it was because I was just so sick as well. But after that, it's been completely normal for me. I've enjoyed it. I have a great partner. As I got bigger, obviously there's certain things you can't do, and that's normal. Like, it's pretty much one position now that I'm a potato. But as well as that, I can kind of understand, because sometimes I just don't feel sexy, and it's so easy when you're quite heavily pregnant to just not feel like attractive or sexy. But what I'd say to you, if you're feeling that way, kind of talk to your partner and be like, look, this is how I'm feeling. I feel like a sack of potatoes. Thank God my partner is absolutely amazing, and he makes me feel like an absolute goddess, even though I look like a giant potato. But he thinks I look beautiful, and he really makes me feel sexy and, you know, like an absolute goddess. And that's probably what's been keeping me. That's him ringing now. 2 seconds. Hello? Well, hi guys, I am back. Sorry about that. That was him calling me, and we just had a bit of a chat, you know, as you do, because it's actually really late at night and I should be going to bed. But, you know, I'm gonna finish this video. So what was it? Yeah, so again, with that question is, like, even like have a talk with you. If you're a man watching this video and your partner is preggo, just keep reminding them how beautiful they are, how sexy they are, how much of a goddess they are, because it does make a difference. It really does. It makes you feel like you're still the same person, like you're still that you know, even though you feel like an absolute potato, which is true. You really do. Anyway, next question. What is the worst stage of pregnancy? This one. This stage is definitely the worst stage of pregnancy, the 3rd trimester. It's even worse than, my ear has popped like I'm on a plane. Should I go like? Has that made it? No, that's made it worse. What on earth? That's probably something to do with my blood. Like, hello? Of course, I'm just poking my ear on a YouTube video because that's who I am. The 3rd trimester has definitely been the worst part. Again, I'm tired 24/7. I'm peeing 24/7. She kicks and she hits and she moves about like nobody's business. It's cute, but it's also really annoying at the same time. And I can barely get up the stairs by myself. And my boyfriend puts my shoes on for me. It's got to that point, boys and girls. Yeah. It's a bit. Yeah, and my back's sore and I'm constipated, which is disgusting as well, but it's what happens. Do you have breast leakage during pregnancy? No, I haven't. Yeah, that hasn't done anything. What the hell is going on? I can't hear out of one ear. Yeah, I bet you it's just gonna pop and it's just gonna feel like absolute nuts. No, I haven't, but I do know that some people do, and I think you do sometimes in the more later stages, you can leak. I haven't leaked at all during my pregnancy. My breasts are fake, by the way. They are not real, but I got mine under the muscle, so I will still be able to breastfeed. So I know I'm not gonna have any issues with that. What has been your weirdest cravings? I don't think I've had necessarily weird cravings. I know I'm obsessed with McDonald's chicken nuggets, which is just like, I can't cope. Like, my order at McDonald's is McDonald's chicken nuggets, box of 6, and cheeseburger, dressed cheeseburger, no pickle, and like I can't stop eating that. Like, I just keep going, and sometimes I crave things like Nando's, and I can't have bloody Nando's because we're in another lockdown, and all I want is fucking Nando's, and I feel like I'm gonna cry. But I do find like like the other day I didn't know what I wanted to eat, and I just picked up things and I knew I didn't want them. My ear just popped there now. Thank God, because that was really annoying me. I think that's to do with the blood pressure, whatever, but that's happened to me quite a lot where my ear just goes deaf, like I'm on a plane, like it pops. I have no idea. But I cried for like 20 minutes because I couldn't, like I knew I wanted something to eat, but I couldn't figure out what I wanted to eat. So like I cried because I was like, like what on earth even is that? Let's see. Do there be loads of mood swings? I haven't found myself really having that much mood swings. Like my hormones have been like, I've been quite good, to be honest. Like I haven't been disaster, but I definitely find this more later stage, like the 3rd trimester, I've definitely found myself having a lot more like I fall asleep for 2 hours and then I'm angry at myself for falling asleep for 2 hours, and then I'm just like, I just want to scream. But I'm not like, I think my mood hasn't really been angry. It's been more like lately it's been frustrated more than angry. It's just been like I just can't stand feeling like a potato, and like maybe I can't put on my shoes and I just want to cry and stuff. But like other than that, like through the rest of the pregnancy, my mood has been quite stable, so I haven't really found an issue with that. What are the things you miss most? Certain foods, beauty treatments. I could go without alcohol any day, no problem. What I miss the most is my lip fillers and my teeth whitening and all of that sort of thing. Yeah, it's definitely the more of the beauty treatments that I don't like. That sounds so silly, like everyone's like, get me a bottle of wine as soon as I pop this baby out, and I'm like, get me lip fillers as soon as I pop this baby out. So different. But yeah, definitely the beauty treatments. And also like my extensions I had to take out because I know we're in lockdown anyway, but my extensions I had to take out because they were just literally just slipping out. Like they weren't staying in my hair anyway because all the hormones, it was just frigging things up. Did you get an early scan? Yes, I did get an early scan. I've got the scan at 8 weeks, only because I did find out I was pregnant pretty early on. Like I did find out 2 to 3 weeks, the test said. So it was pretty early on in my pregnancy when I found out. But we did book an 8-week scan, and that was because twins run in my family. So I wanted to find out if it was twins or not early to, you know, mentally prepare for 2 babies. 1 baby's hard enough. 2 babies? What? Oh, that would have been difficult. But no, it's only 1 baby. So yeah, we did get an early scan and we booked that privately. We've booked quite a few private scans because things are quite different at the minute with COVID going on. You definitely don't get to see your doctor as much. Like all my antenatal and maternity appointments have been on the phone. My boyfriend wasn't allowed into my last scan, but he was allowed into the 12-week and the 20-week scan. He was allowed in, so we have booked a few private scans as well, and we're in the middle of booking another one. We're hopefully getting it next week to get the 3D scans because I think they're really cool and I really want to get one, and why not? As well as that, he wasn't allowed into my last scan, so it'd be nice for him to have another scan too. Next question. How scary was it waiting to the 12-week mark to tell people in case of complications, or did I? I did regarding social media, but my family knew before the 12 weeks. It was, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I wasn't planning to fall pregnant. It was a complete mistake, but as soon as I found out I was pregnant, I wanted that baby. Like, I was not going to give that baby up. Like, that baby was mine. Like, I'm fully for choice. Like, if it's not your plan at the moment, if you're young, like, it's your choice for abortions or anything like that. I'm fully okay with that. Like, if you wanted to go and get an abortion, it's your choice. Choice should not be made for you. Me personally though, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it because I knew, like, no. It wasn't in me to do it. It's never been in me to do it. I knew I was having that baby when I, found out I was pregnant. And yes, the first 12 weeks is scary, especially for my mum because she had 3 miscarriages before me. So my mum was like, she was scared. She knew, like, as soon as she settled with the news and stuff like that, the shock died down, she wanted the baby too. Like, she was excited. So like, I remember coming home from my 12-week scan, and my mum actually cried because she was that happy because she knew when she went to her 12-week scans, that's when she found out the baby had died previously. But no, mine was completely healthy. But I do know how heartbreaking a miscarriage is, and I do know it is quite frequently in the first 12 weeks of pregnancy that it happens. I know that I would have been heartbroken, and yes, every time I went to the toilet I was looking to make sure there was no blood, and I still do that now. Even though I'm in my 3rd trimester, I still do that because it's scary. It's a scary thought. And yeah, even though I'm glad I got past the 12 weeks, but even after the 12 weeks I was still double checking and wanting to get make sure she was okay and stuff. But yeah, it is scary. And the whole thing about waiting, my mom wanted me to wait because it's a whole superstitious thing, I know what it is. Like, a lot of people do wait until they're over 12 weeks, but at the same time I have the opinion, like, even if once you fall, like, that baby's your baby even before 12 weeks. And the whole thing about not telling people before the 12 weeks kind of makes it feel like, oh, it wasn't important, like it wasn't a baby before then, when it was. And like, having a pregnancy loss and the fact that nobody else knew about it, like, I don't know, I find that worse. Like, I kind of would want to tell people because that was life to me. That was the child. So yeah, I don't necessarily, like, social media, yes, I did want to wait 12 weeks. But I think social media is different when it comes to family and friends. Family and friends didn't know, like, my friends knew, my mom knew right away when I found out. I couldn't keep that secret from her, Jesus Christ, no way. She's like, me and my mom was super close, so I needed her support. But no, I did not keep it secret from my family and friends, but I did from social media, so I didn't post about it until after. And obviously, it was to do with my boyfriend's family too. Like, he wanted to tell them before anyone else knew as well. And yeah, I get, like, if you don't want to keep it secret for the first 12 weeks, don't do it. Don't do what you want to do, boo. It's up to you. Next question. My ear has gone again. What is this crack? I don't know. I'm just used to weird things happen to my body now. It's just what's gonna happen now. How bad were your boobs? Did your boobs get? I hear they get really sore. My boobs are probably one of the things that changed the very first. My boobs just grew like absolute nuts. Hold on, guys. Like, I'm sitting on my foot and it's starting to go dead. But my boobs just grew like nuts. Like, and I had got a boob job the year before. A year, and I fell pregnant a year later. and they were growing like coconuts. I could not, like, they were huge. And I was just like, I don't even know what to do with these. Like, they don't fit in normal bras or anything at the minute. Like, it's not, and they seem to, like, before they were like, still a bit hard, I'd say. Yeah, they were still a bit hard before, like, with the boob job and stuff like that. And then when I fell pregnant, they kind of got softer. And then they got larger and larger and larger. And I was just like, I can't cope with this. Like, I never thought in my entire life that I would be complaining that my boobs were too big. Like, that's just nuts. Be careful what you wish for, because it might come true. That is so true. I mean, girls, listen to that saying. I don't regret my boob job, definitely not. I don't think they'll stay as big as they are now after I give birth. I do think they're going to go back down anyway, so no, I don't regret the boob job, but it did grow too big. Like, I'm very happy I got a small boob job and not a big one. Because that would have been too much. But they weren't sore. I didn't have pain from them, which is quite good. They were very sensitive though. Very sensitive. Like, you literally, like a big brush of air, and I felt that. Like, they were very sensitive, especially the nipples. The nips were sensitive, guys. Very. What sort of names do you like? Like, old-fashioned ones, real modern, unique? I have picked a name, but I'm not telling people because people were in names. And no one's finding out until she's actually named, and you can't say bullshit about it. But there was a few names that I really liked. My boyfriend is half Lebanese. So we wanted to go for a Lebanese name for his dad's sake, and he has a Lebanese name too, so that's kind of what we wanted to go for. So I wanted to stick to that tradition, you know, having the Lebanese name, but I wanted one that would be, because we live in Northern Ireland and the baby's going to grow up in Northern Ireland, I wanted something that wouldn't stand out either, like in school and stuff, that you wouldn't get picked on by it. But I do love unique names, so yeah, I can say a few names that I really liked, but we're not going for. I am having a girl, by the way. I had my gender reveal, which was amazing. I don't think I'm gonna have a baby shower because of COVID. No, I can't say COVID. Rona, because of Rona. Good old Rona. But I did get to have a gender reveal. I loved Alia and I loved Vienna. And what other names did I really like? I think the name that I have now I fell in love with quite early on, and I just couldn't picture myself naming her anything different. So I did think of all our names, but I think that was the one. I had a baby name like before, like from when years and years ago, I picked my own baby names, and I thought I would go for that, but then, you know, things change, and like now that I'm actually having the baby, like it's nuts that I'm not going for the name that I originally wanted. But the name that I fell in love with years and years ago that I thought I'd be naming my baby was actually Isla May. But no, I'm not naming her Isla May now. Boy names were extremely difficult. We are so happy she ended up being a girl, because we could not think of boy names to save our lives. The boy names were way harder than the girl names. Boy names that I liked though, first of all, my best friend stole my baby name that I had, my boy's name that I had for years. I love you, Abby, but you know you stole my baby name, which was Noah. I love the name Noah. I think it's absolutely beautiful, but her wee boy looks like a Noah. Like, I wouldn't, like, he is Noah. He's Noah now. But you know, girl, I gave you your baby name. But other names, Caleb. I loved Caleb. We were also thinking about naming the a baby after one of his brothers too, which was Ali. And then we had Alia as a girl's name. I quite like, there was so many names. I like Jasmine too. Jasmine was a really nice name. Boy names were so hard, and then we went like, boy names were the worst. Boy names are so much harder than girl names. I never thought that. I thought I'd pick up a boy name way easier than a girl's name. Also, naming babies in general is way harder than you think, because like you'll like one name and then 5 minutes later you're like completely gone off of it. But yeah, I love my name that we have now. I don't think we'll be changing it. I think we're really stuck with it. And we call her it all the time as well. So like, yeah, but no, I'm not telling people. My mom and all knows, like the family members all know what name we're going for, but I'm not telling anyone else. Even some of my friends don't know. Some of my friends do know, but most of them don't. I was single, yeah, this is the same question. I was single when I was pregnant. What's it like having sex with the bump? Always wondered. Again, it's just, there's certain things you can't do. There is, like, it's pretty much, at this stage, it's pretty much like 2 movements that you can get down with. But it's still good. It's still good. And like, it's different with everyone. For me, I find myself way more like, I can feel so much more. It's actually nuts. Like, but some people, it's not a mood for them. Some people go off, like they just don't feel it at all. Some people are like raging, like sex drive. Like, not to be, I'm trying to not get myself like friggin' demonetized. I'm not even monetized to begin with, but you know what I mean. But I have enjoyed it. I'm very lucky that I have a partner that I'm very open with, and he makes me feel so good and makes me feel beautiful all the time, even when I don't feel it, which is good too. Other questions. This is gonna take forever. How is it not being able to go into shops and buy clothes? Annoying. So annoying. Full stop. Like, it is. We did get to go into a couple of shops before lockdown happened, and we picked a few things up, but now having to buy everything online, it's disappointing. It really is. And you don't even know if it's gonna come the way you want it to, if it's gonna come nice or not. And then it's the whole, like, as a partner, like as like you and your other half going and buying things, it's special, and not getting to do that is kind of annoying. I think the worst thing though is like the likes of, I went in to look at prams today. There was a shop local to me that was actually open, and I said we were getting really nervous because everything's closed until the 5th of March now, and I'm due in April. And she said, oh my god, like you wouldn't even get a pram ordered in, like thank god you came today to us. And she said, like, even with Brexit and stuff like that, they're finding it hard getting stuff in. So the likes of that, like, is hard because you want to see the prams in person, and buying them online is not, like, you could buy one and then end up hating it, because I did look at a few online and seen them in the store today and was like, they do not look like what I thought they'd look like at all. And also they were either too big and too clumpy, and then I ended up, it just wasn't a mood for me. But lucky enough I did see one that I really liked. But yeah, it's not the same experience. It is disappointing. But it's just the way the world is at the minute, and we're just gonna have to go with it. What is it? Is it hard having to attend scans alone? My last scan was the first one I had to attend alone. My ear has gone again. Oh my god. That did nothing. Okay, that just made me have a runny nose. Hello. Oh, No, I didn't like it. I didn't like it, and this whole, I seen there was like a TikTok girl going around going, like one that does scans and saying about women complaining about not having their partners into the scan with them and all, like it's a pandemic. And I'm like, we can complain because the partner has every right to be there too. It's their child as well. And he wants to be there. He's been there every step of the way. He wants to be in every scan. Like, it's so hard for him not being able to be there for me. And as well as that, sometimes in scans you get horrible, hard news. I'm very lucky that I haven't. Like, everything's gone quite smooth for me, but that doesn't happen to everyone. And not having your emotional support there with you, it's heartbreaking. Like, it's hard. So, you know, anyone that says like you shouldn't be whinging, we have every right to be upset. Like, I understand why. Like, I get it, I'm gonna listen to the rules, but at the same time I am allowed to be upset about it. Next question is, are you scared of potentially being in hospital for a bit by yourself? Yes, I am. I'm hoping that everything goes quite smoothly for me, because I know if it doesn't and I'm kept into the hospital, I will be alone. And yes, I am scared of being alone. And as well as that, I'm scared of what my boyfriend's gonna do if the nurse says he can't come in, because he'll be friggin' knocking people out. He will want to be there every step of the way. But yeah, I'm scared of giving birth in general. Like, it is shit, like, especially because it's getting so close now. But yeah, I mean, at the very start we were thinking, oh, things will be normal when I'm, you know, in the hospital, like things will be calmed down by then. But now we're coming into February and I'm giving birth in April and things are just getting worse. So I am potentially, I may be in hospital by myself. I'm scared, but plenty of women have done it during this pandemic, and I may just have to be one of them, and I'll be okay. I just want my baby girl to be safe and healthy, and that's all that matters. I think that might be it for most of the questions now. A lot of them were repeating themselves, but thanks for listening to me answer questions. Some of them may have been a bit open. I'm a cringe. But anyway, thanks for tuning into my video, and if you enjoyed my video, please give me a little subscribe and a thumbs up. I will be doing plenty more videos from now on. I am back on YouTube for good now, and thanks for joining me, and I guess I'll love yous and leave yous until the next video. Bye guys.